from the heart of Ball State University. Live from the Unified Media Newsroom, Newslink Indiana Midday starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Newslink Indiana Midday. I'm Blake Dollier. Indiana businesses and others now have broad protections from lawsuits by people blaming them for contracting COVID-19. Republican Governor Eric Holcomb signed the bill on Thursday that he and GOP lawmakers had made a top priority for this year's legislative session. Supporters don't point to any such lawsuits in the state. The law is retroactive to last March and only allows lawsuits against businesses when gross negligence or willful wanton misconduct. Supporters call the protections a key step towards economic recovery from the pandemic. Some Democrats questioned whether the law could block lawsuits against nursing homes. And two women are in hot water for posing as if they were older than 65 in order to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Now, Florida law requires residents to be at least 65 years of age to get the shot. According to the Department of Health, Wednesday, two women tried to sidestep that rule. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says the two women's birth dates did not match those they used to register for the appointments. One was 44, the other 34. The women were not charged, but were issued trespass warnings. And now tensions rise among Indiana legislators during a debate when black lawmakers were shouted down and booed by a crowd of Republicans. Shouts came as Democratic Republican Greg Porters and Vernon Smith spoke Thursday against a bill allowing a rural St. Joseph County township to leave the South Bend Community Schools. They called this move discriminatory. A confrontation erupted in a hallway between Republican Sean Eberhart and Democratic Representative Vanessa Summers. Republican House Speaker Todd Houston later urged all legislators to respect one another. Indiana parents may have more choices when it comes to educating their children. 1/3 of proposed state funding hike for Indiana schools may go to Indiana's private school voucher program. Under the Republican-backed plan, the funding could boost the program by nearly 50% over the next 2 years. The estimated cost for the voucher expansion and new program is $144 million and included in legislative budget projections. Republicans argue that the plan gives parents more choices over how to educate their children, while Democrats and others argue that it drains the funding from traditional school districts. And here in Muncie, TechWise is up and running again for the first time since the pandemic hit. Newslink Indiana's Brittany Dobbins got to visit the Innovation Connector to see what TechWise is teaching its students.
Never give up. Never give up. Just never give up.
Something TechWise Academy instills into its students, which allows them to get hands-on experience with problem-solving skills.
Whatever field they choose to go into when they grow up, that problem-solving framework is always going to be helpful for them.
Students get the opportunity to become the teacher.
This robot in particular, they're teaching it how to lower and raise back up. And so they are, in fact, the teachers of what they're creating.
The goal of the Academy is teaching students to have a growth mindset.
That's one of our philosophies, is that students are going to be able to come in, try something, and if it doesn't work immediately, it's okay, we can change it quickly.
The reason Hunter and his friend decided to open the Academy was because of their kids' interest.
Our kids were interested in doing the stuff that Dad did at work every day.
Hunter is able to watch his kids grow physically and mentally, even if they struggle.
I have to learn from my mistakes.
It allows students to embrace mistakes.
Because mistakes have the power to turn you into something better than you were before.
For more information about the Academy and its classes, you can go to its website at techwiseacademy.com. Ball State's Reinert Orchid Greenhouse is celebrating its 50th anniversary next month through a special orchid education program. Newslink Indiana spoke with the curator about the upcoming event.
We're excited to be able to share our 50-year anniversary.
Greenhouse curator Cheryl LeBlanc has been working on expanding their education program for 3 decades, hoping to reach more students and Muncie residents.
I've had a lot of hand in trying to make the educational program here at the university and the greenhouse dovetail into a lot of our educational mission.
The greenhouse is home to over 2,000 orchids, making it the largest university-based orchid collection in the United States. The event is scheduled to take place tomorrow, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. over Zoom.
Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
NASA has done it. The space program successfully landed its most sophisticated rover yet on Mars. It landed without help or intervention from NASA teams here on Earth. Scientists say it was an incredibly difficult 7 minutes of terror. The rover had to slow from 12,000 miles per hour to just 1 mile per hour in 7 minutes and has been traveling through space since July. It's part of a 2-year mission to look for signs of ancient life on the red planet. The rover will study the planet's climate and geology. Now, back here in the U.S., many Texans finally have electricity back after a deadly blast of winter weather this week overwhelmed the electrical grid and left millions shivering in the cold for days. But the crisis is far from over, with 7 million in the state ordered to boil their water before drinking it. More than 190,000 homes and businesses in Texas still had no electricity early Friday, down from about 3 million 2 days earlier. Utility officials say there could be more limited rolling blackouts. The extreme weather has been blamed for the deaths of at least 57 people. Now here's a look at your Newslink Indiana forecast. These are the conditions right now. It's currently 16 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, and after 2 weeks of below freezing temperatures, a warm-up is finally on the way, but not quite yet. Today, the high will be stuck in the 20s. And now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. The warm-up beginning on Sunday, highs back in the 40s early next week, and it'll be mostly dry, so some good news there in the weather. Now, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will not return as working members of the British royal family. The announcement comes more than a year after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped down as senior members. Giving up their roles as working members means their honorary military appointments and royal patronages are also revoked. Those will be redistributed among working members of the royal family. The move comes days after the couple announced they're expecting their second child. They currently live in California. Apple's mixing it up with its latest batch of new emojis. The tech company recently updating its operating system, which brought on a slew of new emoji icons. The new emojis include a face with spiral eyes, a face hiding in the clouds, and different genders with beards. For those in love, there's also a new heart on fire emoji, and those out of love can use the new mending heart emoji. According to Emojipedia, more than 200 emojis are set to be released this year. That's going to do it for us this midday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Blake Dahlier. Be sure to tune in to Newslink Indiana tonight at 6:57 on Ball State PBS. Have a great rest of your day.